Hello there friends and welcome! This is a guide on how to easily get an infinite amount of Somber Smithing Stones from 1 to 9. I'll also cover the easiest ways to get some of the Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones, so you can upgrade your special weapons to +10. For most of these, you gain access to them by offering Bell Bearings to the Twin Maiden Husks merchant, which then lets you purchase your stones, usually 2 per Somber Stone Miner Bell Bearing. So let us get started. Alright, so to get infinite Somber Smithing Stones 1 and 2, there's actually 2 ways to go about it. I'll first start with the easiest way, which is to get them from Smithing Master E.G., the blacksmith close to Caria Manor, in the upper left corner of Liurnia of the Lakes. A very easy way to reach Master E.G. is to use the Sanding Gate right at this part of the map, so in the lake section of Liurnia of the Lakes, a little bit northwest of Academy Gate Town Grace, and it will teleport you right here north of the Northern Liurnia Lakeshore Grace. The map will be right here, and you can just keep on going north, jump to the left side here, and here we are, Master E.G. Now for the second way of getting infinite Somber 1 and 2, you have to defeat the boss of the Cilia Crystal Tunnel, right here at Caelid, or you can also get teleported to it by opening the chest below the Dragonburnt ruins. If you're wondering how to progress through the mines, from the shack that you get teleported to, or just above the main entrance, you'll want to jump on top of the roof, then over here, and down. After that, the path to the boss is pretty straightforward. The Falling Star Beast. It can be a pretty difficult boss because of how fast and wide his attacks are, and the fact you fight it at a pretty enclosed space, which is why I prefer to just buy them from EG instead. And once you defeat it, you get not only a Somber Smithing Stone number 6, but most importantly the Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 1. Now to get infinite Somber Smithing Stones 3 and 4, you'll have to defeat the dual Crystallian bosses at the Altus Tunnel in the Altus Plateau region close to the Royal Capital. It's a pretty straightforward dungeon and the bosses will be behind the 2 big doors. And there we go, the Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 2. And remember, if you're having trouble, go with your multi-summons like the Skeletal Militiaman Ashes. Now to find infinite Somber Smithing Stones 5 and 6, you'll have to get the third Somber Bell Bearing, which can be found at the Third Church of America in the mountaintops of the Giants region, pretty much at the eastern end of it, and your bell bearing will be right at this corpse outside of the church. Here we go. Now because this area is pretty late game, here's an easy way of getting some Somber Stones 5 and 6, even early on. For the Somber Stone 5, go to the Cilia Crystal Tunnel, leave the mine, now just keep going west here, past all of the enemies, then drop down here, keep going straight ahead, past the rock enemies, and right there at the end of this path, next to the big crystal, you'll find a Somber Smithing Stone number 5. As for how to find an easy Somber Stone 6, go to the old Altus Tunnel, in the Altus Plateau region of course. So here we have the shack where we can get the Drake Talisman. All you have to do is head left, in this little passage here, and here we are, Somber Smithing Stone number 6. Alright, as for infinite Somber Smithing Stone 7 and 8, you'll need the Somber Stone Bell 4, which you can only get at Crumbling Farum Azula pretty late game, only after you defeat the boss at the Forge of the Giants. So from the Tempest facing Balcony Grace, you have to go through this to progress anyways. It is right here at this corpse, directly north of the Grace. Pretty simple, right? Now to get infinite Somber Smithing Stones 9, we need the Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing number 5. It is also right here at Crumbling Farum Azula, but is a bit trickier to find than the number 4 version. So from the Dragon Temple Rooftop Grace, I'll cover the longer version of the path as it's more complete. You want to go down here, then keep going down. So go past the very annoying Murder Bird enemies, keep on going down. More annoying birds, and you also have to avoid the Dragon Red Lightning attacks. Just keep going down, past the birds. You can see the dragon in the distance, but we're just going to rush past it. So rush past the dragon and go up here, to the right of the dragon. Thankfully the birds won't follow you up here. You can ignore the sleeping enemies here, unless you want to fight them. So keep going up now. Then past this fallen column here. Careful not to fall. Then enter the small chapel. And our bell will be right past the enemy here. Careful with the big enemy that will also spawn. And the other caster there. But anyways, the bell is right at this corpse. In front of the altar. There we go. You can of course also just go below the lift from beside the Great Bridge Grace, but I imagine if you went up here, you already have the bell bearing anyways, as it's on the path. Now when it comes to the Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones for the +10 upgrade, unlike all of the other Somber Stones, these ones are actually limited per run, so you cannot get an infinite amount of them. You can only get more through New Game Plus. There's around 8 in total per run, and I'll cover the easiest ones to find here. For a very easy one, go to the Dynasty Mausoleum Midpoint Grace at Mogwai Palace, and simply open the chest that will be right below the statue here. For another easy one, remember this dragon on the path to the Bell Bearing 5 for the Somber Stone? By going past the Dragon Temple Rooftop Grace, well, simply go behind it, and at the gazebo there, you'll find your Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Another one is at the Haligtree, past the Prayer Room Grace. Keep going straight ahead, past this first pack of enemies. Then you want to jump down on the support beam here. Then drop down onto the floor and jump on the path with the patrolling tree avatar. But you can of course defeat it with ranged attacks or spells if you prefer. Right at this corpse here, you'll get your Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Remember, you can always just run past the tree avatar. You can find yet another one, once again past the Prayer Room Grace at the Haligtree, but just go past all of the enemies. Go down the stairs here, then you want to jump to the right at this area, at the gazebo with the red scarab. Now go past it, then jump on this support beam, keep going up, and simply open the chest here. There we go. As for the last one in the Haligtree, you'll have to defeat the boss Malenia, Blade of Miquella. And if you've completed Millicent's quest, you can use the gold needle as the flower left after Malenia is defeated for yet another Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Alright everyone, so this was it for my Somber Smithing Stone guide. If you found it useful, please remember to like, subscribe, even consider becoming a channel member to support the channel if you can. Thank you for watching, see you next time friends.